I would prefer an ugly peace to a hot war any day. People call me a coward and a cuck in the comment section because I don't want to put American boots on the ground in Iran. Iran is twice the size of Texas, with the worst topography for an invasion probably of any country on earth. That's why they haven't been invaded, never been invaded. And they've been kind of the same Persian people for a very long time. There's been internal conflicts, but like, that's why it'd be so hard to actually invade Iran. And no, I don't want a ground invasion there. You would take the whole of the American military and probably cost hundreds of thousands of lives to go mountain by mountain, hill by hill, city by city, and do what's happening right now on the front lines of Ukraine. I mean, look at this. Here's the cluster bombs that are now being launched in Kyiv this morning. 17 civilians dead, 40 wounded. Not great. Do you know what like would happen? You know what like, have you been following what's going on in Ukraine? Look at this. Last night, Russia launched another large-scale combined missile drone attack on Ukraine. Missiles launched, dozens of ballistic missiles, just all striking the capital. Here's the capital region of Kyiv. I mean, like, do you want your city to look like that? I don't want any city on earth to look like that. I don't hate anyone enough for... There are people I dislike on earth, but like I don't hate anyone enough that I want like their children to wake up to see this. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it in Iran. I don't want it in Russia. Call me whatever you want, right? This is what Russia looks like. It looks like the same thing, you know? And these are the kind of wars that have the capacity to spiral so wildly out of control. It really does beg the question, when will Russia just start using nuclear weapons, you know? This is the logistics centers in Russia. Again, these are Russian logistics centers that allegedly help out the military. They're Russia's version of Amazon.com. So it's like atrocious. It's terrible. And it's like awful. You shouldn't want this anywhere. And I don't like the people who are bloodthirstily cheering this on. Don't know what they're cheering for. And they're always the people who are never going to fight. You know, it's not a coward's way to say, I don't want to die in some gutter somewhere for my children to grow up orphans. It's actually a coward who cheers, a chicken hawk who cheers for war all over the world, and then never goes and fights in those wars themselves, right? Never. Well, there was a lot of war on the German Eastern Front for, well, the last 100 years, to be honest. But it's been quiet, all quiet on the Eastern Front in Germany for the better part of 70 years. And that's been nice, I guess. There's something called the Cold War, which wasn't great. But in a place called Leipzig, things have been relatively peaceful for about a generation. You can see that Leipzig is right here. It's close to the border of Poland. It's close to Czech and Austria and Hungary and so on. And so this Leipzig is it has a nice airport at it. And that airport is shut down today. Why? Because that airport was nearly the staging ground for the first foreign attack on German infrastructure in 70 years. Again, in a generation. And it did just happen. Like, we're still waiting on the reports as to what actually went down. But we know that a drone with a bomb fitted on it forced all planes to divert from a German airport in Leipzig before one of the planes collided with an unknown object as it aborts landing. So maybe a plane was hit by a drone with a bomb on it. These are planes, a Ukrainian cargo plane. Here you can see it at the Leipzig airport. Drone fitted with bomb sparks security alert at German airport, with one plane crashing into an unidentified object midair and had abort its landing. German police deployed a bomb disposal robot after a UAV was found on a tarmac near a Ukrainian cargo plane in Leipzig, sparking alarm. Authorities opened a security-related incident and halted flights. You know, drone with explosives found in German airport, detonator removed. This has happened in America. the DoD shut down an airport close to the Mexican border because of the belligerent drones that were being flown by the cartels. Drone warfare is horrifying, and it's going to be very scary. A future with the sophisticated drone capacity that could really take down a commercial airliner very easily. You no longer need to have hijackers, rushing the cockpit or learning how to fly or having box cutters. Drones will do the job for you. That's why Donald Trump's inauguration was held indoors and all of the parades and everything were held indoors, because they had no protection against drone swarms. And even the chance of somebody running an operated drone swarm from a tactical and military level could kill hundreds of thousands very easily. Makes for a dangerous world here. The criminal police office and prosecutors, the state capital of Dresden, said that the airport employees discovered the drone near the airport's south runway. An unknown explosive device was on it. It was examined by police. They removed the detonator. They didn't elaborate. A second flying object collided with an airplane after a boarded landing because the runway was closed. Police prosecutors said the plane flew to another German airport. Officials found damage on the plane. Goodness. So what is this? It contained nitrates and carried 800 grams of explosives. So this is this is pentothyrol tetranate is a high explosive widely used in the military, detonating cord and some plastic explosives because of its high brisance and stability when properly handled. Nitrates are common oxidizing compounds used in many types of commercial and military explosive mixtures. So they have a military grade explosive mixture. This is a drone carrying improvised explosive device. There it is with this. And you could absolutely fly this right into the engine of the engine of a plane and take it down, right? Authorities say that neutralized it after discovering the detonator was defective, preventing the explosion. So maybe they tried to blow it up. Thankfully, the detonator didn't hit. In Germany, opened a joint security sabotage investigation into 2 drone incidents. The staff discovered the drone, and then a departing cargo plane collided midair with a suspected second drone. So they actually did literally drone the airplanes. Whew. They suspended operation. This is the main hub and logistics center for a big shipping company. Russian planned a terrorist attack in Leipzig, Germany. A drone carrying a package with a detonator was discovered near a Ukrainian aircraft. State and federal police deployed explosives. NATO and local intelligence investigators are looking at the incident as a targeted security crime, looking at possible Russian hybrid warfare or sabotage networks. But that's not confirmed that it's the Russians just yet. And obviously we know that Ukraine has staged terrorist attacks on European infrastructure, like the Nord Stream pipeline, in order to get their political ends, right? We've also seen Russian missiles crash down in Poland. So this war is becoming wider and wider with every passing day. We've seen those missiles create huge craters in Poland. Thankfully, this one landed and didn't hurt anyone or kill anyone. But as you can see here, it could have, and got it landed in a field, but there were plenty of cities and towns around. So this is how this stuff gets wildly out of control. So please, ladies and gentlemen, like call for the end of these wars. Like, it is the only logical step. If you want a peaceful and prosperous world, these wars take up our resources, and certainly our most precious resources, which is the human beings that we need to keep this planet going. So pray for peace. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.